my size. Wednesday, Wednesdays, Wednesday, music.
Yay! So we're still talking 3 P's of manhood, and it's been an interesting conversation off camera. I mean, I wish you could hear some of the things that these guys are talking about. But we're coming to the end of this series of conversations, and we're going to deep dive into the final P, which is the role of a traditional man as a provider. And I want us to look at that from a perspective of trust, and also understanding how gender roles are evolving. You know, where do we create room for shared responsibilities and a contributing spouse and all of that? So, Tina, I'd like you to start with your issue about trusting, men, people, and how that...
Men, in general, I do have trust issues. So for me to put a responsibility on you, I have to trust that you can...
Show working.
Exactly. So you have to show me.
So as a provider, how would a man show?
Provider, if, for example, we have a project as a family, can pick any projects, right? I will refer to your past behavior.
What does that mean?
Project.
Okay.
So let's give each project like an importance level. So if the project is extremely important to the family and has a high impact level, for example, and let's say it's, I don't know, pick anything. We're planning on a mortgage. Let's say we're trying to buy a house together. And in the past, we've tried to purchase something which does not have as much of a high impact, but it's still impactful in terms of like decision making on the family. And we had planned that, okay, we have a joint account and we will put money in this joint account for this specific purpose. And at some point, you take money out of the joint account and divert the purpose without letting me know. I am not going to trust your capacity.
You cannot. How do I expect it?
I will have plan C, but I will share with you, I mean, we'll talk about the project, but I must say that one of my, I don't know if it's a flaw, but it's me managing my mental health. I don't know.
Self-preservation.
No, preservation. So I will have plan B and plan C because I cannot let you drive me nuts.
That was that. So even with, so you have a plan B and plan C, even though you guys are going to plan A.
No, we're only discussing plan A.
Yeah, because so
But you have an issue with trust.
I admit it.
Okay.
and also, but her trust is not unfounded. She's saying,
It's on drawing.
antecedent. Yeah.
And before I can learn to trust you again to be my provider, because I'm very capable of providing.
Ooh, independent woman.
I want to be somebody's Jonathan. I want to be provided for. I'm naturally a woman, so I want to.
You like to receive.
I like to receive. I'm wired to receive. But if you want me to trust that you can provide for me,
And let me receive in peace.
and then just I don't lose my mind, then you have to prove to me that you're not an obushi. Understand?
She's all right about nothing.
Well, I don't think it's because these are decisions which have a high impact, in my opinion, on the family. If we're talking about where we're going to lunch or where we're going to have dinner, yeah, maybe can play with that or fluctuate.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about things that really, really matter,
Then I need to know.
the future,
Trust you.
the children, the home, then I can't really play with that. So yes, I will have a plan B and plan C. I may not discuss it with you.
Wow. So
What it is.
So you're the kind of babe that can have like 2 houses.
just simple.
I won't necessarily do that. I will plan with you to have a house, but I will factor in your inadequacies.
Yeah.
And mine too.
So why are you wouldn't
Factor in.
No, so but hang on. That's it. Why are you with me if I'm inadequate?
This is a question.
Very good question. Very good question.
Doesn't it mean this person is inadequate?
Example.
Well, you know what? And the question I wanted to ask you. So, but you know what? And a valid question, because we're talking about the 3 P's of manhood, and which is suggesting that a man is defined by his ability and capability to provide, protect, and love. And so, if you're not able to provide, you as a man, do you feel inadequate?
See, that's a good question. That's a good statement or question, or good point. So men are judged by 3 things: how much money they have, how their ability or their
build even from it. Yeah.
6'2",
Yeah.
you have.
that?
And the third one, I can't
Virility. viral to
And how are they in the bedroom?
yeah. For procreation, those are your 3 P's now. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. And it's the truth though.
Because you ask most women, what do you want? I want a guy that's 6'2",
But Dico, is that
handsome. Unfortunately, not many of me to go around. But
so what Dico, right? So the question I'm asking is, again, is it because that's what society has said and it's been imposed on men? Or do you even feel naturally wired, the way I think that women still feel naturally wired to receive?
no, it's tough for us men. I won't not lie.
Right.
It's hard because a lot of men feel inadequate.
Well, do you not enjoy it? Does it not make you feel like, yes, I'm a man when I do those things? No?
No, honey, to make that happen time in and time out, it's hard.
You know why I asked this question?
Most men, it's very, very hard. Very few men can do this time in and time out without fail. Very few men.
So let me answer that question where he said, so why am I with you
If I'm inadequate.
if you're inadequate? Because I am doing what I'm wired to do as a woman, which is filling your gaps. Support you one gap. It doesn't mean that you're entirely inadequate. You're just literally trying to cover up your gaps and trying to make sure that the loopholes are minimizing the loopholes. Do you understand? That's what I'm wired to do. But it's your responsibility to make sure that in minimizing your gaps, I'm not taking over.
Yeah, but if I'm coming to you to say, if you already have plan B and a plan C, right? I come to you and say, oh, plan A, a little bit sketchy. You just be like,
Then I bring forward plan B because you now meet my learning capacity.
here's the coming that. So if it's open to you, you're not going to judge it and say, oh, you're weakling, you're useless man, you can't do.
No, I'm not.
No, but it's true. I mean,
Yeah, and some will. Some will.
I have to be out. But our first lady now.
Yeah,
nothing like
that's true. That's that's exactly what she did.
It's like, look, you even had
One moment of
1 month. I was like, I didn't really lazy man, boy.
yeah, and that's so hard.
Like that, they can't deal. They're just like so many.
So this is why it's one of the reasons why I was trying to be that lady is like to be the devil's advocate, right? Not because, again, I'm being very clear, not because I'm saying we should badmouth anyone, not our spouse. Like, I'm very big on how you present your case.
Yeah.
But the truth is, as human beings, we have expectations and we are low-key judgmental, whether we voice it out or not. And guess what? If you're smart, you can pick up on vibes. So meaning that you are already, I don't have to say that you are lazy.
Yeah.
You will pick up, but you won't be judging yourself. You will be feeling inadequate.
So are you saying people are picking up the wrong vibes or not reading vibes?
Yes, they have no capacity to pick up the wrong thing that has not been explained.
So talk about it.
I believe that.
for me, XYZ, I don't like the way this is going right now. And if I honestly feel safe and secure with you, I'd say, you know what, honey, you're right. This is what's going on, right?
Yeah.
Because women don't want to hear that. And first,
This is an ideal situation, and
women don't want to hear that.
until level.
Honey, you're right.
Honey, they are inadequate. Honey, you're right.
Yeah.
See, who is that?
That's not how you fit.
And I'm trying to say to you,
In delivery though.
a lot of people don't come to their significant other from a place of kindness and love. Especially with
That's what I agree. I agree.
coming with and
Judgment and accusations. Of course, in their defense, of course.
nothing about
It doesn't allow.
You're right. Beautiful.
if there's trust in between that, whatever. See, women don't even want to hear that the men are feeling weak. That's the truth.
That's the truth. You don't want to hear it, but it's true.
My darling,
Vulnerability and weakness. It's very fine line.
under pressure,
That's when I'm
falling apart. Your wife looking at you and think, what a sin.
That one is, but I don't know. But I don't know because that when I think you said the first thing you said, all the other things you said it's tough for men.
It's tough.
I'm sitting here and I'm thinking in our current environment where we're sat now, the economy is saying many things,
Absolutely.
and everybody's ears is ringing. And the same way you said, it's not just being intuitive to how it is, but also intuitive to what's happening in the environment and the likely effects at home. I can't, with everything that you are shouldering and good conscience, conscience come to you in a moment of vulnerability. That's a which impact. I think
Which captive is not beyond that. I agree.
I think it is.
I think very much.
Wait, because guess what? Before you are a man,
They're human being first.
are
Exactly.
created as a brick You are created with flesh, the same flesh as I am. So weakness is sure. When you now decide that, because you know what the other side of that is when a man is not vulnerable, they are angry.
Yes.
And because
And it will start to present in so many different ways. You can't even communicate.
they can't express it, they express it with strong, negative, vicious, violent behavior. Arrogance.
Yeah.
When it is weakness, when you are feeling tired, why? Who are you, God? Even God said, come to me, all you who are weary and heavy.
Yep.
No, you rest.
I know I'm Orisha. You will not say, don't come on. I don't want to hear any of that.
Absolutely.
A lot of women, I will tell you, the doctrine that makes life hard for men came and is supported by women. We are the prime index of a lot of our misfortune that come by way of men.
Yes.
With the expectations that we have, they have been fed to us. So when you ask if it is socialized, I say it's part and parcel. Men have their roles they've been given, and then there are things, there are homes that is what the man is going to, the woman is going to tell her daughter. You can't take that. I was watching something and a crazy example was the guy he's a businessman, so business was, he had come to he was struggling at the time and everything. He had been paying the rent. Then she now paid that year. Her maid mother. He would sit at the table. She would say, oh, you can eat, but you are living off my daughter.
Oh, wow.
And that is not, I know it's film, we want art imitates that
Life, yeah.
And so I know that didn't come
From nowhere. Yeah.
that is
It's a lived example.
it is a lived example by many men, which is what makes them quiet.
Yes.
Them not talk. Makes
They
them
don't even talk to their
one conversation.
even with their male friends.
Even with their male friends. In fact, conversation, that's a whole other topic.
Yeah, that's a whole.
But I would say this, I would prefer, if you are not able to, we said it's life is not linear.
Yeah.
Life is a cycle. So you can provide that today, tomorrow, next week.
You may not. Yeah.
The period where it is going to be a lot more.
Yeah.
And I cannot now create an environment that you cannot see. Then you now hide, then you can't steal. Then you now expose me to predators.
I'm not protected.
You will expose me for shame.
You're not forced out another
Then
PP.
you will not
Protection.
everything. You cannot protect.
That was like you cannot appropriate.
You wouldn't play this goal. You can't drink your dining blood. Don't proud.
So many people that I know of have been in situations where they've been under so much pressure from their spouse.
I agree.
That they've done things that are untoward and they've ended themselves in a mess.
God forbid.
And that's such a sad situation.
Self-inflicted with that. See,
That's why ultimately when you see the super successful men,
Yeah.
they tend to pick partners that are extremely submissive to them. Because
That's a whole different topic. Yes, I did, and I shared it with him as well. Yeah,
they tend to pick.
about high value men and just the kinds of women they attract. Yeah,
I mean, I think we talked about this.
yeah.
So they also attract a certain kind of woman. The woman that made transactional babes. So
Nice.
That's because they're busy dealing with so much.
So that's a whole different topic that I would want to even go into. What high value men want and the kinds of women they attract, and even women themselves. So that conversation we have about if you want an alpha male type person, you have to also make sacrifices, knowing that you won't get time. Absolutely. Okay, I think that we're running out of time, and in this conversation we could go on and on. So I would love to. It's been very enlightening, very insightful. In fact, so much more has come out of this, and I think that I would like to have you guys again to talk. Would you come? I'll come. Oh yay! Thank you.
With the same crew.
With the same crew, yeah. But I think I'd like to end this series of conversations on 3 P's of manhood to say that I think that people just need to see, first of all, the humanity in each other. And I keep saying this. It's not about whether you're a man and this is your role. It's not about whether you're a woman, this is what I expect you to do. It's, can you see the person as an individual and be able to connect with their needs and just be there and kind to one another, right? Because again, if I've been a provider and a protector for a long time and something happens, can I be sure that you're going to be there for me to fill the gap, right? When I'm not able to do those things and still be happy and not feel like, you're no longer a man. So I think just be kind, just, see other people as human beings first and show love just because On that note, I would like to say thank you very much for listening and join us on subsequent episodes. Bye.